Steven here, Off the Shelf Movie Night, to talk to you about physical media, Blu-rays, 4Ks, TV, film, anything we can hold in our hands, put in our players, actually own and watch. Not this crap that the studios are currently trying to sell us. It's digital, where they can cut it when they want, delete things when they want, change things when they want, after you've paid for it. We're talking about real ownership, real collecting, and a love of film and TV. So I have a very short video for you guys today, just one pickup, but something I've been waiting for a very long time. I just want to talk to you guys about. I don't know if you can hear the rain outside, but this is like the perfect day to sit in and binge watch a TV series. So if you like this kind of stuff, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and stay up to date on what I'm doing. And if you're so inclined and you like what you see, please hit that like button too. But anyway, I've been waiting for this from Mill Creek for a while. Came in, pre-ordered it. It's right here. Pull it out. Let's get right to it. Let's not play around. What I got is from Mill Creek Entertainment, Eureka The Complete Series. We got factory sealed here. So, in my early days of writing for media, one particular website I wrote for, one of the things I had to do was live tweet TV shows as they were on. So I had to watch them, on regular TV. That seems like such a hard thing to do now with commercials, and commercials were actually a blessing because that was when I could open up Twitter and do the tweeting and then go back to the show and, sort of make mental notes and live tweet along with this one and another show, Chuck. Anyway, I have a really soft spot in my heart for this show because of doing that. So Eureka, let's see, there's the front, and the spine. I really like this packaging. This was 5 seasons this show went. Let me pull up some notes. Did I close my notes? How stupid is that? I love it when the phone just kind of goes off. So it was 5 seasons from 2006 to 2012. I don't know why I was drawing a blank on that. It stars Colin Ferguson. You may or may not know his name. I used to get this guy mixed up with the guy from Dirty Jobs for some reason. Anyway, Mill Creek has done a great job with the packaging so far. Now, how the DVD or Blu-rays are actually mounted in these boxes is what is important. But let's look at this first. So they have it labeled by discs rather than seasons, which is kind of weird. So disc 1 through 6 is here. Let me see if I can get some of the glare off. Okay, let's open it up. No digital copy here, and some things they do put out have digital copy. We have a little bit of disc art there. And I'm very happy to report that each disc is on a tray. They have done these stackable disc things that are really terrible. Not this. So, we've just got a couple episodes on each disc, which is great. That means the compression will be pretty low on these. So this is disc 1 through 6 there. And then finally we have disc 7 through 12. And I'll open it up, and it's just, we got a floater. We have a floater, people. I hate the floater. Disc looks good though. Looks okay. Okay, so we have a spindle here that's not as consistently good as the others. Oh, we have a broken spindle. That's great. I'll have to contend with that. Oh, look at this, you guys. I've got to replace this whole box. We have a broken box here. So, if you have an idea in the comments below where I can replace this, let me know. That would be very much appreciated, because this cannot stand. This box must be replaced. The artwork looks like it's in fine shape, though. So if you didn't know, Eureka is about, it stars Colin Ferguson, as I mentioned, and it is about a U.S. Marshal who finds himself, through circumstances kind of beyond his control, through a car accident, really, involving his daughter, in this small little northwestern, I think it's northwestern, maybe northeastern, I can't remember. It's a fake town. The small town of Eureka. It's a secret town where the United States' greatest minds all converge to, well, the rain is really coming down now. They all converge to create technology of the future. Things that will eventually be integrated into our world, either in military or in consumer or whatever. And he ends up becoming the town sheriff and trying to constantly save the town, the individuals, and sometimes the world from botched experiments based on some of their creations. Is a very quirky show. At the time it came out, these sort of lighthearted, quirky shows were a little more commonplace, but now science fiction right now is pretty dark if you look at shows like The Expanse and The 100 and that kind of thing. So this could be really refreshing for you to watch. In later episodes, like later on in the seasons, Felicia Day, if you know who that is, Dr. Horrible's sing-along blog, and a bunch of other nerd things, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, she also made some appearances in this, and she was great as her quirky self. So yeah, it's kind of like there's something very similar in feel to like The Good Place, maybe, in its quirkiness, and sort of the look of the special effects too. I mean, this was an expensive show for the Sci-Fi Channel, which is where I believe it originally aired. But in the scheme of things, it was still a pretty, cheap-looking show. It was definitely not cinema quality. Something interesting about this show also is this show did something really interesting with product placement, because toward the end of the show, it became necessary to do more product placement to find ways for the network to continue paying for the show. Well, rather than just do things like Seinfeld used to do in other shows, and 24 and all the other action shows with their Apple computers, the product placement that needed to happen in this series was built into the overarching story. And I'm not going to get too much into detail about that, except to tell you some of that is really fun and really funny, really hilarious. It's a really good show. It stayed good from beginning to end. Of course, there were duds. There were some episodes that were better than others. But generally, this is a really fun show. It got a great send-off. It actually ended. It wasn't canceled in the sense that it ended on a cliffhanger or something. It got a nice, solid ending. So if you're looking for something lighthearted but still science fiction and fun, there is a sort of event of the week kind of thing that happens here. It's not serialized, so if you're like me and you currently find yourself more obsessed with serialized shows, this one might be a little more difficult for you to stay connected with, but each season does have an overarching kind of longer, bigger story. So there is that. It's just not as front and center sometimes in the show as things are nowadays. But anyway, that's really about all I have to say. There are some commentaries and a few special features. It's not crammed with them, but there are a few special features here. I'm going to dig into them, and I'm going to do at some point in the next few weeks a bonus feature breakdown on a handful of things rather than just do one thing, because this doesn't really deserve its own episode. There's not enough special features here, based on what I'm reading anyway. But I'll include this one in there, because the first thing I'm going to do before I start watching the show again is to break down the special features. Anyway, did you watch this show? Let me know what you think of it in the comments. And again, let me know if you have a recommendation on where I can get a replacement case, because I've got to replace this case. And I know I could probably take this... actually, no, I couldn't, because I ordered this from Best Buy. And they are a real headache when you try to return something that's been opened. But how could I know that it was broken until after I opened it? So Best Buy can be a real pill that way. So anyway, I'm just going to look somewhere and find a replacement case if I can. It'll be a little challenging because this has hinges in it with multiple pages, but we'll figure something out. Let me know in the comments if you have a suggestion. Anyway, have you watched Eureka? What do you think of it? Let me know in the comments. And if you're going to pick it up. So until next we meet, pull something cool off the shelf. Share it with your friends and family. Remind them why physical media is the best way to watch films and TV. I'll see you guys on the next one.